What's up, guys? HOCKEYTIKTOCKEY is back, and today we're doing a little game recap of the Calgary Flames versus the Arizona Coyotes, and I'm going to be answering the question, did Calgary win the trade with New Jersey between Sharangovich and Tyler Toffoli? All right, guys, so let's get right into it. It was an amazing game last night, a huge win for the Flames. They really badly needed those 2 points. They're right back into the mix of things of the wild card spots, just like I had discussed in my last video. If you guys missed that one, go and check it out. So the game opened up super early with a quick goal by Michael Backlund. Captain, my captain, Michael Backlund scores 20 seconds into the game. So that really kind of set the pace, set the tone for the rest of the game, because the whole first period was all Calgary. They were pouring it on, shot after shot. We had Sharangovich, the Sharky, a little nickname for him, got a shorty. Sharky got a shorty. Next thing you know, Anderson scores, Coleman scores. Again, and Coleman is having a career year, guys. He's on pace to double his career best for points. So hats off to Coleman. Every single video that I make, I end up talking about Coleman because the dude is just hot right now. Coleman is hot right now. Good job, Coleman. So yeah, after that goal, Phoenix ended up yanking their goalie, Vejmelka. They put in Connor Ingram, the Saskatoon guy, or Saskatchewan. I forget if it's Regina or Saskatoon. I don't know which one it is, but whatever. He got pulled. The goalie got pulled because the Flames were pouring it on. Second period, only Coyotes scored. And then the third period, Sharky scores another 2 to get the hat trick. So it was a really fun game, guys, to watch. I think the Calgary Flames had their dads in the stand, so all their fathers were watching them play. The funny thing is, Sharangovich's father couldn't make it. I think he's from Europe or something like that, so he didn't actually make it to the game. But he really performed well for the rest of the dads out there. Another highlight of the game was Jonathan Huberdeau looked really smooth. Really smooth in that game, guys. He ended up setting up the last 2 goals. The power play looked dangerous for once. And Huberdeau, Lindy, and Sharangovich line is really starting to click now. So the interesting thing about that is at the beginning of the season, when Sharangovich first joined the Flames, he was set to play on that top line with Huberdeau, Lindholm, and Sharangovich. Now, when they first opened the season, I don't know if you guys remember, but the Flames started off really poorly. They only went 2-7-1 in their first 10 games. So what happened is Huberdeau ended up bumping himself down a couple of lines to technically the third line, which is Backlund and Coleman's line. Even though I keep talking about Coleman having a great year, Huberdeau, with his skill set, with his playmaking ability, should not really be playing in the third line position. He's kind of more of a top line center, top line left wing position. He should be playing on whatever the scoring line is against the opposition's other top scorers. So he got himself bumped down, but in the midst of all of that, Sharangovich ended up getting himself bumped down as well. So there was a lot of iterations of Lindholm's line at the beginning of the season. I believe he played sometimes with Mangiapane on his left and Coronado, a rookie, on his right. I think he played with Dylan Dubé at certain points on his line. So it was kind of a bit of a mixed bag to start the season. And the line of Huberdeau, Lindholm, and Sharangovich never really got its due. Now, flash forward to the last December, the Flames finally started picking up the pace and getting back into the win column a little bit more often. And both Huberdeau and Sharangovich started playing a little bit better. First, it was Sharangovich, actually. He got himself bumped back to that top line. It was primarily Lindholm, Sharangovich, and Mangiapane for quite a long time. Then Huberdeau and Mangiapane swapped. So Mangiapane went back down to the Backlund line where he's probably suited best, and Huberdeau got bumped back up. Now, since doing that, the Flames have really been on a roll, guys. They've been scoring a lot more, beauty goals. A lot more of those goals where you look and you see the skill that Huberdeau, really possesses when he's at his full potential. So it's really cool to see that happen now. Sharangovich is brand new to the Flames. He was just acquired over the summer in Craig Conroy's first trade as a GM. And that really brings us to the next segment of this video, which is the question: did Craig Conroy win the trade between Yegor Sharangovich and Tyler Toffoli? All right, guys, so let's get right into that discussion. Who won the trade between Calgary and New Jersey? Tyler Toffoli for Yegor Sharangovich. So that was Conroy's first trade as a new GM to the league. And when it first happened, I remember a lot of people were kind of saying, oh my goodness, Calgary got fleeced, or Conroy got fleeced. New Jersey won the trade. And it was easy to say that at the time because Calgary was trading away their literal top scoring player from the season before for a young guy who we didn't really know what he was yet. He'd scored some goals before, had a good season a couple of years ago, and then regressed a little bit. And not to mention, I don't even know if I mentioned, but I think Calgary got a draft pick in that trade as well. So got to keep that in mind as well while we're figuring this whole thing out. So just a little recap of how the trade went. In the first 20 games at the beginning of the season, the trade was really swinging in favor of New Jersey. Tyler Toffoli took off like he finished the season before, starting at a really strong pace. He had 11 goals, 8 assists for 19 points in the first 20 games with New Jersey. At that same exact time, Sharangovich, like I mentioned, was bumping around the lineup, even ended up on the fourth line for quite a while. He was down to only 5 goals and 5 assists at the time, so 10 points. So overall, 20 games into the season, it looked like New Jersey had won the trade and Craig Conroy got smacked around on his first attempt at a trade. But now, if you look at the points, you look at the standings right now, it's starting to turn a little bit, guys. Now that we're about halfway through the season, the goal totals are actually 17-16 for Sharangovich, and they're tied with 13 assists each. So 30 points for Sharangovich, 29 for Tyler Toffoli. And one of the biggest factors to consider is when Tyler Toffoli first went to New Jersey, he was playing on a line with Jack Hughes, who was on fire to start the season until he hit some injury trouble. So Jack Hughes was basically, in my opinion, at the beginning of the year, if you go back and you look at the first few games of the season, first 10, 20, 30 games of the season, Jack Hughes was one of the guys that could have been nominated for one of the big trophies of the year, like the Hart MVP of the whole league or something like that. He was that good. Now, he had some injury trouble, so he slowed down a little bit, and maybe that's why Tyler Toffoli's production has fallen off a little bit. And Sharangovich has actually gone up since he's become more comfortable in his role with Calgary. So I think that's another big factor that we need to consider when we talk about these two guys being traded, because Tyler Toffoli is a veteran who's been moved around before. He's played for Calgary, he's played for Montreal, he's played for LA, and now he's playing for New Jersey. So he's had to kind of find his chemistry with new players before. He's had to get comfortable in a new dressing room before. He's had to, uproot and move his entire family before to different cities. So he's a veteran that's used to having to get used to new environments, new teams, new, everything. Whereas, Sharangovich is younger. He's only 25 compared to Tyler's 32. So, he's had to have a little bit more experience to get adjusted to his new teammates. So overall, at this point in the season, guys, it's very, very close to say who won the trade. Like I said, Calgary got a pick involved in that one as well. It wasn't just player for player. There was a draft pick as well. At this point of the season, the guys are pretty much tied for points at this point. The actual teams themselves, well, New Jersey's only 2 points ahead of Calgary in the overall standings with, I think, 3 games in hand, albeit. So, it's kind of working out well for both teams, I'd say. Neither guy is struggling. In fact, both guys have done quite well in their new homes, their new environments. And I really hope that this team, this trade, I should say, works out for the best for both these guys, because Tyler Toffoli is a really good guy. Yegor Sharangovich, although new to the team, he seems like a really good guy too. So I hope you guys appreciate and liked this video. If you were still watching to this point, I had some technical difficulties. That's why you might see some weird cuts. But thank you for watching, guys. Leave a comment below if you want to see anything else in the future, or if you have anything to add to the video. And share it. Share it to all your friends, family members. What I would suggest to do is start watching the videos daily, watch the shorts that I make, and whenever somebody walks into the room and they see you watching a Hockey TikToky video, quickly pause the video and put your phone away, put it back in your pocket. And when they say, "What were you watching?" say, "Oh, never mind, it's not for you." And that way the reverse psychology gets going and they'll start wanting to watch it too. Okay, bye guys.